More than a week, our first guest this morning could be the Republican nominee for U.S. Senate matched up against Senator Maggie Hassan. And that prospect is causing a bit of a freakout among more establishment Republicans. One thing everyone can agree on, though, a lot of people have underestimated retired Army Brigadier General Don Bolduc along the way, who joins us in studio this morning. Thanks for being here, General.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate the time. So, millions of dollars in national money are coming into this race right now, and the bulk of it is coming in against you on the airwaves. Even though you're ahead by a country mile in the polls, it appears that some powerful Republicans in Washington aren't exactly thrilled with the idea of you as the nominee.
Well, you know, I mean, that's fine. That's what politics is about, right? But at the end of the day, it's about the Granite Staters, and it's about who they want to represent them. And I've been working for 2 years now in this campaign, visited every town and city in this state, and I've gone far and wide to build a great base and a great amount of support across the electorate with 50 town halls, the only candidate that's been able to do that. And I've done it bottom up, I've done it asymmetric, I've done it not the establishment way. And so now they're coming in the establishment way, throwing money at a problem and hoping that the money helps them. But it's been message over money, this campaign. I've found out people are looking for character and integrity. They're looking for an outsider, and that's what I represent above, the other candidates that are being supported by the establishment.
Why don't the leaders see you as a leader? You know, you've got Sununu and McConnell. Sununu explicitly expressing some reservations. To be fair, you did call him a Chinese communist sympathizer once.
Yeah, and I walked those comments back just like he's walked those, the comments against me back, right? I mean, we say things in the heat of battle, and we walk them back, and that's fine. We got to accept that, right? People are not perfect, and I've moved forward. Unfortunately, others can't move forward. And that's really the problem that we have, right? People aren't taking accountability and responsibility and being transparent and truthful about their actions that are hurting Granite Staters. And, they're focusing on the fact that they won't be able to control me because I'm an outsider. And I'm focusing on what's hurting Granite Staters, the economy. The out-of-control spending, the opening of borders, the mental health crisis, the veteran crisis we have, the opioid crisis that we have, the crime we have. This is really hurting people, and they're focusing on other things, and Granite Staters are seeing that the career politician, spend money, do ads, all these things that aren't working, that haven't worked. We're 0-10 in this state on the Republican side. I mean, come on. I've been doing an asymmetric, completely different, bottom-up, grassroots-focused campaign. And, that's what people want. That's what they want to see. And I'm a Granite Stater, born and raised, and I'm very familiar with that.
In this conflict, President Trump has been saying nice things about you on the radio lately, but there's an obstacle there. His 2016 campaign manager, Corey Lewandowski, has essentially said, you're never going to be the nominee. Mm-hmm. What was the blow-up between you and Lewandowski? Why won't he support you?
Well, I'm not really sure. We had a meeting early on in the last election cycle, and it didn't go well. And then we met again, and that meeting went well. And I'm willing to move forward for the betterment of New Hampshire, for the betterment of Granite Staters, and work to put the best candidate forward that supports the America First agenda, that wants to make America strong. And, he's entitled to his opinion, and I'll never take anyone's opinion away from them. But we're just moving forward, and we're past all that.
President Biden delivered a speech this last week essentially calling President Trump and MAGA Republicans a threat to democracy. What was your reaction to that?
Well, my reaction was sadness, right? I don't want to hear that come out of any president's mouth. And certainly I've been called an extremist and a criminal by Senator Hassan. Right? And I'm not an extremist or a criminal. Those values that I have are consistent with our nation's values. I served for 33.5 years. I commanded thousands of men and women in combat and didn't bring home 72. And I think comments like that are really a slap in the face to all Americans. And it's not helpful to bring us together in a critical time in this country where we need to set the divisiveness away, and we need to unify, and we need to celebrate our freedom, and we need to guarantee people liberty. And those kind of comments, they're not helpful. And so I was saddened by them, I was disappointed by them, and I think we should be doing much better as a country. And I also think the only way to do that is to replace career politicians in Washington, D.C.
Okay, but you've been backed by General Michael Flynn, who
Yep.
recently, under oath, when asked if he believed in the peaceful transfer of power in the United States of America, pleaded the Fifth Amendment, didn't want to self-incriminate. For most Americans, that seems to be an easy question to ask. Do you disagree with violence to hold power in this country? They would say, of course I disagree with that. He didn't.
Right.
Have you said anything to distance yourself from those comments? And shouldn't that give people concern?
Well, yes. I mean, I am for a peaceful process. I spent, 10 tours in Afghanistan. I've been largely at war or in a conflict my entire career, and I've lost service members, and I've seen the price of war. Nobody wins in war, and I'll be an advocate for not going to war. I'll be an advocate for using our other elements of national power to prevent us from going to war and prevent us from fighting. And here in the United States, we have a Declaration of Independence and a Constitution that's designed to protect people, and we need to invest in that. No violence.
But you're still comfortable with General Flynn's support, even though he's staked out that position?
Yeah, General Flynn and I served in combat together, and I consider him an admirable man. He's entitled to his comments, but when you go to combat with somebody, and I was a lieutenant colonel and colonel when he was a general officer serving, and his service was honorable to this nation, and I think he's an honorable man.
Let's discuss abortion. You're pro-life. You've described the act of abortion as, quote, killing babies. Why wouldn't you vote in favor of restricting abortion at the federal level? So many Republicans are now saying, well, this is an issue for the states. Isn't this a moral issue Republicans need to act on once they have power?
Well, the Supreme Court took, they didn't reverse Roe v. Wade. They said it wasn't a constitutional issue and took it away from the federal level. So why should the federal level get involved?
Because the Supreme Court said the issue belongs to the people through their representatives, which
Right.
means the states or the Congress.
Right. I think it should remain at the state. I am not an advocate for the federal government getting involved at all. And our state did take action consistent with, really, when you look at the polls and I listen to Granite Staters, the law that was approved was essentially what a majority of Granite Staters agree with. Now, you're going to have people on both sides of the issue not liking that, but 6 months, up to 6 months, you can get an abortion for personal reasons, for health of the mother, for rape, for incest. That's 6 months. It's a long time to come to a decision, and then after that, it's for the health of the mother.
Why not pass that at the federal level, though? If you believe in that, why not pass that at the federal level? We
don't need to pass it at the federal level. There are too many things at the federal level right now that get in the way of people's freedoms, and I believe that women on both sides of this issue have a better voice and a stronger voice dealing at the state level than they do at the federal level. Look what's happened at the federal level for 50 years. It's been a disaster. People have blown up buildings. They have protested. They have created hate. Maggie Hassan continues to throw fuel on that fire. This is a state issue. Needs to remain a state issue, and we need to talk about things that the federal level needs to do, like fix the economy, stop spending, and secure this nation.
In a recent debate, you said that of the search warrant executed at Mar-a-Lago that, quote, the first question we need to ask is, do we still need the FBI? Do you believe the Federal Bureau of Investigation is beyond repair and needs to be devolved?
Yeah, well, let me clarify those comments. And I realize that, people don't want you to clarify comments and they want to hold you to your first statements. And that's fine if people are that narrow-minded and don't have the ability to think beyond a problem as it progresses. I believe I've served with the FBI overseas and everywhere at all levels. And there's some excellent FBI agents that I've worked with, and they serve a great purpose helping our local and state law enforcement officers in many areas to solve crimes. So it's not the FBI writ large, it's their leadership. Their political leadership from top to bottom, all the way down to the lowest political appointee, I believe needs to be called back into the Senate and their confirmation revoked, and we need to look for different people.
You said in that same debate that you would like to classify the Black Lives Matter organization as a domestic terror organization. Would you be comfortable with FBI surveillance of the leaders of that organization here in New Hampshire?
I think that, we have organizations in this country that are anti-American, anti-U.S. rights, they're doing bad things against American people. And I believe that the Joint Terrorism Task Force that was created after 9/11 has done an excellent job protecting Americans' rights, has done an excellent job at doing their job to protect us from outside threats, and they'll do the same thing here in this country with other threats.
All right, General Don Bolduc, thanks for joining us on Close Up.
Thank you.
We'll see you on the debate stage.
God bless you. Thanks.
Appreciate it.